Good morning, here we are again. I have another recipe for you. Again, this recipe has been downloaded from my website. It's one of the most popular ones at the moment, and it's called Jalousie. Now basically Jalousie is a puff pastry sweet that is made up with a fruit filling, normally of your choice, with 2 layers of puff pastry, a base and a top, and the top is decorated a bit like a trellis work and opens up a little bit after it's baked. So the ingredients for this recipe for 4 portions is 1 pound of ready-made puff pastry, 200 grams, 8 ounces of filling. I'm using Dutch apple that I made and frozen, which I pulled out the freezer to make this recipe. 1 egg to use for egg wash, and some icing sugar to glaze it, and that's it really. Other fillings that you can use are things like mincemeat, jam possibly, frangipane made from fresh almonds, ground almonds, other fruit, any sort of firm fruit like pears, apricots you could use, whatever filling you like, try it. You could even make it, I suppose, savoury, but that's not normally done that way, but I can't see any reason why you couldn't make a savoury one. Obviously we won't put sugar on the top of it if you made a savoury jalousie, but classically they are a sweet. Now for the method, we want to roll out 1/3 of the pastry, about 3 millimeters or 1/8 of an inch thick, into a strip approximately 20 by 8 centimeters or 10 inches by 4 inches, and place on a greased, dampened baking sheet. In other words, just sprinkle a little bit of water on the baking sheet and grease it. The water helps the puff pastry to rise. It causes steam in the oven. Once you've put that on the tray, then pierce it with a fork, because you don't want that bottom layer to try and rise too much. So just prick it over with a fork. Moisten the edges with egg wash. So sort of go round about 1 inch all the way round the pastry, and using egg wash so that when you put the other pastry on top it will stick. Then spread out the filling, leaving 1 inch or 2 centimeters free all the way round. Roll out the remaining 2/3 of the pastry to the same size. Then fold in half lengthwise, and with a sharp knife cut slits across the fold about 1/2 centimeter or 1/4 of an inch apart, and coming to within 1 inch or 2 centimeters of the edge. So you're actually cutting through the folded section of the pastry. Carefully open out this strip and neatly place on top of the first strip. Neaten and decorate the edge. Then allow to rest for 15 to 20 minutes in the refrigerator. Then remove it from the refrigerator, brush with egg wash, and bake in a hot oven, 230 degrees C, gas mark 8, for approximately 25 to 30 minutes. Then sprinkle with icing sugar and return to a very hot oven to glaze. Now mine is a little bit too brown, so don't brown it quite so much as my one. Alright, the idea is just to make it shine slightly with the icing sugar. Put the icing sugar on and that will give it just a shine when it's finished. Mine's a little bit too dark for my liking. Anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this recipe. If you fancy having a go at doing this recipe, you can download my recipe sheet from my website, or I will show a link at the bottom of this video. Anyway, bye for now. Hope you enjoy this dish.